Sports Chat with Neil and Wally.
Use the word jetapult. It's actually a word people don't realize.
Hey, little curveball. Got my fingers on the seams right there. This is Dog Days of Summer. Dog Days of Summer, right?
Who's the dog? What is that?
Beat up Bulldog Johnny stole his
Belt.
and put it on. Roll call.
A spidget.
A spidget.
A spidget.
You got your volume all the way up?
Yeah.
You got it all in? I have no idea. No idea. And nobody else knows either.
If you a blues traveler, man,
Okay.
you know it, baby.
If you're a blues traveler, okay.
You ain't ever heard of blues traveler?
Yes, I've heard of Blues Traveler, and they had 5 or 6 really good songs, but I've never heard that one.
That was probably their most popular. That's what got them famous. Carolina Blues.
Okay. I just have to trust you. That live version, just
Well, folks, if you stay tuned, you'll hear
you'll hear some good music coming from.
wonder from him called the Stinky Brothers that you never heard of before in your life. That you'll hear.
Oh gosh! All right, welcome to the February 5th edition. We made it out of January.
Yes, we did.
Edition of Sports Chat with Neil and Wally, and as always, we appreciate you tuning over to Channel 2. We made it through January, and 2023 is off and run in high school, and college baseball and softball are set to start in, about 2 weeks, and now we have a Super Bowl to talk about, and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to face off next Sunday night, brother.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good one, Neil. And hey, before we even get rolling, I got to tell you, man, I had 2 dates last night.
2 dates.
Yes. Hey, Nate, throw that picture up there.
Oh,
Look at that, man.
yeah.
I had me 2 hot little girls right there.
Yeah.
You know those two?
I do know those 2. I just Addison and Sydney. That's my 2 daughters.
Look at the hair I lost. Look at that.
Where is your hair?
I don't know, man.
Was that trick photography? Your hair?
I don't know.
Your hair is just not there?
Well, Michelle took the picture. But anyway, we'll talk about Triple T later. But your girl's a pretty girl.
Well, I appreciate that one.
But yeah, Neil, that's right. Super Bowl next Sunday night.
Yep.
And we have done the last couple of years what we've done. We don't do a show.
No.
We don't compete with the Super Bowl.
We can't compete with the Super Bowl, man. I mean, how many billions of people watch Super Bowl?
Super Bowl parties, so we just traditionally over the last 5 years we just don't do it.
Yeah. Sports Chat, Neil and Wally, you're on the air.
Yeah, this is the part where I come in and tell Wally that he's crazy about talking about Neil's music. He knows that me and Neil are the only ones that know about the music, and he can't stand it.
Did you hear that live version of something he tried to play just then?
Yeah, I sure did.
If it would have been a normal,
I ain't even never heard of that.
if it would have been a normal recorded version of Blues Traveler, we probably could have got it. But that was some off the wall something or another. I appreciate you commenting on the music, Bulldog. What's going on this week down in the land of Brundage?
Well, not nothing of much. The basketball season's finishing up. The girls have got their area tournament starting down here this week.
Yeah, tournaments are starting. Who you like in the Super Bowl, brother?
I'm gonna take Eagles in this. I think Jalen and them got a shot at it.
Gotcha. You think the ankle's going to hold out and be well enough that it won't play a factor for Mahomes?
It might, but then again, unless they shoot some of that magic juice in it, give him one of them shots with the magic juice in it, it might be the downfall of them.
Well, they say that the magic juice don't work on the sprained ankles. It works on everything else but the sprained ankles. So who knows? But that's my question: is he going to be 100%? If he's not 100%, Philadelphia's going to win.
I was going to ask, did y'all hear about the big splash that just happened in Tuscaloosa?
We did. Kevin Steele. We were going to mention that in just a minute, but
former Auburn defensive coordinator, I believe it was.
Yeah, he's coming out of
Alabama.
Coming out of the Miami Hurricane system where he's been for 2 years and down there. And but when Nick Saban first came to Alabama, he was Nick Saban's defensive coordinator, and Kirby Smart followed him.
Yep, sure did.
So he's been there before. But you're right. He was a daggum good defensive coordinator when he was at Auburn, and everywhere he goes is good defenses. I think Alabama hit it out of the park with him.
I did too. I really did. And then And then they got Tommy Rees, as the new offensive coordinator. I don't know how that'll work in that new kind of system with especially with the quarterback they got now.
We don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
No, we sure don't.
We'll just have to wait and see on that. But all I can say about Tommy Rees is a little bit of a gamble. I mean, he's only got 2 years offensive coordinating experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it happens to be at Notre Dame, a big-time place to call plays, but still only 2 years under his belt. He's green.
And they had a big rumor at one time that Joe Brady was the candidate for it. I said, heck, I'd take Joe Brady any day of the week.
Yeah, he's a proven commodity and got plenty of years under his belt.
Hey, he's young, and I'm telling you, Saban to mold him.
Yep.
I like the choice. I mean, I really do.
I'm not saying I didn't like the choice. I just think it's a little bit more of a gamble than Saban normally goes for when on his offensive and defensive coordinator hires.
Yeah,
But hey, hey Bulldog, doesn't it seem like every time that the talking heads, i.e. me and Wally, people with sports shows, question a Nick Saban hire, that it seems to just turn out okay?
Yeah, it really does. Cause they call Alabama the what's that called, the
Rehab.
Come to the Saban
Rehab.
recuperation program. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Tommy Rees.
Every coordinator that's always bad, they come to Alabama and they turn it around.
Yeah, but who are we to question who Nick Saban hires? Is kind of what I'm saying. I mean, the man knows what he's doing. But yeah, big splash about 20 minutes ago. It was released that Kevin Steele, the old defense coordinator from Auburn, who is now leaving the Miami Hurricanes to be the defense coordinator at Alabama, and Tommy Rees will be the offensive coordinator. So Alabama's set, offensive and defensive.
man.
I can't wait to see what they got in store for them coming up in the spring when they come out with the spring ball.
That's right. Well, Bulldog, thank you for calling, bud.
Y'all too, and y'all have a good show and play some good music for Wally.
I'll get something rounded up for you, Bulldog.
Unbelievable.
See you, bud. Well, Bulldog Johnny, man. But, man, they got Rihanna coming in for the halftime show.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
She's famous now. She's had a bunch of hits. I mean, she's really, really had a bunch of hits. And but there's been halftime shows before where I thought, boy, they can't mess it up. And then it was just awful. So I hope Rihanna gets out there and does her thing and sings all her good stuff and not her new stuff that she's promoting. And we'll see. But that ought to be a pretty good halftime show, man. Wally, the Eagles are favored by 1.5 in Vegas, which makes for a pretty even Super Bowl, according to the odds makers in Vegas, man. They're playing in Phoenix this year. And out in Phoenix, Wally, that's where they got that stadium. It just amazes me, man. They got the entire field, the grass, the playing field is on rollers and rolls out of the stadium. They actually, look at it, there it goes right there. Good job, Nate. They roll that grass in and out of that stadium so it can get some real sunshine. It's real grass, but they play in a dome. It's real grass, they play in a dome, they roll it in and out to get the sunshine. But, Phoenix is in the desert. So before it gets too hot and scorched, they roll it right back in there and it gets enough sunshine. Now that's pretty daggone neat, isn't it?
Well, do they roll it out during rainstorms?
Well, I don't know. I guess they got the forecast. They could roll. I guess we're laughing, but I guess they could, couldn't they? There's a big rainstorm coming. Roll the grass out.
Look at that.
There it is right there. Look at there. They roll it in and out, man. That's just the coolest thing out there, man. But now, speaking of stadiums, Wally, let's pick right back up talking about the restoration of the Troy baseball field. We've been talking about this for 3 or 4 weeks, man.
Holly and I talked about that yesterday driving by, going to Trip 2. She's like, is that thing going to be ready?
I'm telling you, man, as pressed as they are to get that thing finished before the 17th, the opening game. This past week I go by there, and they got Troy spelled out in the chairs. Different shades of paint in the chairs that spells Troy. And then you could see it from the road, man, or read it from the road, looking from the intersection of George Wallace and University in it. And I thought, that looks all right. It ain't bad. Well, Wally, the powers that be didn't like it. They didn't think it looked good, so they instructed them to take up them chairs and put the regular ones in there. So all the chairs are the same color now, and there's no spelling in the chairs anymore. And that word Troy is out. The word Troy in the seats, it looked all right, but it's gone now. So just a little more time involved. They put the seats in and took the seats out, and I don't know if they'll make it by the 17th or not, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's probably going to be, Neil, where everybody watches the game in the outfield until they get off. I mean, really, they got a lot of people to go out there.
They have a grilling and a tailgate terrace out there or whatever. Yeah.
But, I think they'll make it, or they'll make it where, people will be able to sit off, rope unfinished areas for the first game. The only thing I can think
Yeah,
of.
you're right. They'll just rope off the unfinished areas and they'll play right there. Yeah.
Speaking of roping off unfinished areas, did you say the thing about that balloon?
Oh my God.
The China balloon?
Larry, look at it. Look. It's Chinese takeout.
Lo Mein will
Come on,
never
man.
get here, man.
The low main's coming. It's
Lo
being
Mein got-
by balloon, man.
And then I see the thing what they put on the bottom, breaking news. USA not invited to China's
birthday
birthday.
party. We blew up their balloon, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness, man.
That is crazy, man. That really is. If you really think about the science of it, it just don't make sense, man. To me now, my little pea head, my pea brain, it don't make sense, man. What kind of data or pictures could a balloon take that they already got satellites up there zooming in, taking pictures of nickels on the cement? I mean, what else do they need a balloon for? They already got satellite pictures. I just don't get it, man. I mean, the Chinese government, if they're going to send a balloon, they knew we was going to see it. They knew that we were going to see it. It just don't make sense. And we can see it with the naked eye. I mean, it's not like the Chinese government was trying to pull one over on us or something. I mean, it just doesn't make. I mean, the Chinese, they're not that stupid to send a balloon over like nobody's going to see it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just think it was some type of weather balloon, and they just playing games.
Yeah, I mean, because the low altitude on that thing, that it was really something that they were playing with over there, and it just got in the Gulf
Got
Stream.
loose.
And I want to say I saw on one news outlet that they told the Americans, hey, we got this balloon coming, so
They said the weather balloon was a mistake.
yeah. Be ready for it. But what was odd is how that thing, something was maneuvering it. Cause I mean, it just floated right over Montana where all our missile sites.
Right over it. Now
Right
that was tricky. Now that was
Now if it come the Troy, Alabama, or well, I don't know. We got the missile plant out there.
Yeah.
But
Lucky.
I don't know. But they did shoot it down, and I know we joke about our president and all that, but I will say this: he in the beginning he wanted it shot down,
He
but
did.
the powers to be in the Pentagon said no, because that thing was huge. Did you see the antennas on that thing?
Yeah.
Can you imagine us out there in the yard
Playing
and
golf or
that thing,
something?
and that thing comes down?
Yeah, they waited till they got out over the ocean right outside Myrtle Beach, and they shot it down, like you said. But I don't know. I just don't think China's that stupid to think that they could pull the wool over our eyes with a balloon.
I think it's some goof up mistake that they did.
Yeah. Well, we'll stay on the east side. We're over at Myrtle Beach talking about balloons, but we'll move up to Pennsylvania. Punxsutawney Field saw his shadow, Wally.
Field.
Saw his shadow, and that means 6 more weeks of winter. There he is. But listen to this. I heard over the history of Punxsutawney Field, he's only been right 40% of the time. So why are we still watching Punxsutawney Field?
It's just old lies tale, man. I mean, that raccoon can predict anything. Yeah, raccoon.
No, it's a groundhog, man.
Well, I thought they were raccoons or something. Look at that.
Oh, my
They
God.
say those things stink. Ooh,
A raccoon or a groundhog?
a groundhog. I just remember Bill Murray. They were interviewing him when they were
said they
making.
stunk.
He said those things stunk. But
We got it. This is a sports show, you know. And maybe let's get back to talking about Alabama hiring Kevin Steele,
Okay.
offensive coordinator, man. They hired. They got the offensive coordinator. And there's Kevin right there.
Yeah,
Auburn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they hired Tommy Reeves.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 30 years old. I mean, I've only been doing that for 2 years as offensive coordinator. Is it truly now between you and me, is this going to work? Come on, be honest with me now.
Well, like we on Johnny's call just a minute ago, I'll hash over that again, man. Who are we to question Saban's hires, man? I mean, when he hired Kiffin, everybody's like, "Ooh, oh, failure." Kiffin panned out. Hired Sarkisian. Ooh, alcoholic, rehab, alcohol classes, panned out. He hired what's his name from Tennessee? I can't remember his name. Offensive consultant.
Yeah.
The guy that was the head coach of Tennessee. I can't remember. He
Now he's at Arkansas
panned
State.
out at Arkansas State. Yeah. So you know what? There's been a lot of questions when Saban hired. I think he's going to be all right, Wally. I think he'll do just fine. And I think Kevin Steele will do a nice job as defensive coordinator. I really do.
Unbelievable. Well,
Yep.
I guess the deal staying the surface for the defensive coordinator position, of course, is
And it came
it
to fruition.
Came to, man.
Came to fruition.
But anyway, I'm anxious to see how all this pans out. I mean,
I am too.
really do.
I am too, man. And what do you think about Tom Brady, man? Is he in or out, or is he done or through, or what?
I don't
Who
think
knows?
he's done, man.
Who knows?
I don't
man?
think that. I will say this today at lunch. Blake was telling me. He said, "Did you see that the guy was spying on him, and he did the announcement on the beach?
Are you gonna bid on that sand?
Yeah, this nut went and got a cup and filled it up with sand, and that's
Oh
like
man,
what
$100,000? Yeah.
Who would do something?
What
like
idiot?
That, man?
There's the sand right there. Yeah.
What? I mean,
What idiot is gonna pay
I don't understand
$100,000 for sand?
I don't understand it. But all right, well, listen, man. Hey, we're gonna have a great show tonight.
Yep.
And we don't want you to turn that dial because the deal's about to read our sponsors, and then we're gonna take a commercial break and then come back and have a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the sponsor. I got Brady on my mind now. I'm about to read the sponsors. But I got, Wally, the calls are gonna come. There's 5 or 6 NFL teams right now that need Tom Brady, and those phone calls are gonna come. And I just don't feel like he's done. I don't think he is. I think this is a broken record. He's going to say, "I'm sorry, everybody, but the phone calls came in, and I'm divorced now, and I'm going to go one more year." I feel like it's coming.
I make a prediction. About October of next year, he won't be playing, but he'll be on the couch eating potato chips. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Two will get hurt again or something, and they'll
I don't know.
they'll bring him out of
That's a
town.
good scenario.
Didn't Cunningham do that?
Yeah.
One time.
And what? Testaverde.
Testaverde just sitting-
Vinny, you remember Vinny Testaverde?
had opened up a store and was doing store business, and then on Sunday he's out there.
Oh, and what's his name was selling insurance, and they called him. They opened up an insurance business anyway.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's done. I don't think he's done. My gut is saying Tom Brady will throw more NFL passes. I don't know where. I don't know where, but that's what I'm saying. Hey, I'm going to tell you who our commercial sponsors are, and we'll take our first break, and we'll be off and rolling here tonight. The Old Barn Restaurant in Goshen, the Pig Cafe, Hook's Barbecue, Troy Eye Care, Glow Boutique, Piggly Wigglies of Troy, Turner Mowing, Deep South Apparel, A1 Services, Road Mart, Jones Medical Supply, the Alabama Real Estate Connection, Severo Ralph Baker Hastings and Reeves, Attorneys at Law, Southern Grill and Patio, Bill Jackson Ford and Chevy, Tyler Transport Trucking, Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort, Crow's Chicken of Brundage, Eddie Billings Dentistry in Laverne, Max Credit Union, Stone Cold Heating and Cooling, Mr. Matt Johnson, Surreal College of Business, Crease Agency, the All-Star Collision, Preston Steakhouse, Alabama Restoration, and last but not least, Firehouse Subs. We'll be right back, folks. Stay with us.
Sweet Grace, unbelievable.
Mr. Neal, is this the guy that does the sports show with you?
Oh, no. Yes, it is.
He was in last week and bought all my Sweet Grace, and now he's back again.
Wow, you got enough sweet. He's got enough Sweet Grace at home. Put that stuff
Man,
back,
it's some
boy.
good stuff, man. Please come to Glow on the square, shop local. Come and get you some Sweet Grace before Wally gets it all.
3, 2. Man, what kind of call is that? Are you kidding me? The ball bounced in front of the plate.
Hey, he's out of there, baby.
What in the world? You can't see nothing. I'm over here. I'm over here. What? The ball
right down
bounced
the
in
middle.
front of the plate. Man, he needs to go to Troy Eye Care, 566-7172, and get those eyes checked immediately.
Oh, man.
Wally, what are you doing at the UPS store?
My printer is jammed, man. I got to do 2,000 copies for the Penske file.
Well, why even worry with that little bitty printer and print one at a time, man? You're gonna run out of ink. Look, UPS store does mass printing. They can print 2,000 or 3,000 copies cheap, fast and efficient. Isn't that right? Yes, sir. I mean, why even mess with it? Come to the UPS store on Brothers Street. UPS store, all your printing needs.
Man, did you see the size of that crowd, man? Pompano's that big down here, dude. I don't know what it is, man. It must be these shirts. Oh, yeah. They like these shirts, man. Deep South Apparel, Pete Van Horn in Montgomery. And heck yeah, man, they even go good. Even salt water they canned up. Water fishing. Deep South Apparel in Montgomery. Call Pete Van Horn.
Man, I'm out here at Firehouse Subs in Troy, and I ordered me a sandwich on my app. Best sandwiches in town, Firehouse Subs, Troy, Alabama. Wally, what are you doing? What are you doing up here at Firehouse?
Bill, they said for a fireman get free subs, man.
They don't get free subs. Firemen get discounts.
Oh, discounts.
But they know you're not a fireman.
Yeah.
Come on, I ordered on my app. It was super easy. I'll pay for yours. Come on in. What are you doing with the hose? What are you doing with the hose? So nice. Welcome to Firehouse in Troy. Come see them. Best subs in town.
These teenage years can be tricky to navigate, especially when it comes to teaching my son about managing money. I'm thankful for helpful tools like Sidekick from Max. With Sidekick, requesting and rewarding money is easy. He can earn it by completing chores, making honor roll, or simply making a request from his own app. I love that I can easily monitor his purchases and set limits to help him learn to make smart choices with his spending, even on video games. Sidekick. Find it in your Max app.
Hey, Wally. What in the world? You got all these fans in the window, man.
Man, I was cooking a mess of chitlins and about burned my house down, man. My whole house smells like chitlins.
What is it, smoky in there?
Yes.
And
These fans are going to help, I think.
The fans are not going to get the smoke damage out of your kitchen. You're going to have to call Alabama Restoration, 371-5591. Alabama Restoration. No mess is too big, especially not a little smoke damage in Wally's kitchen cooking his chitlins. Call them at Alabama Restoration.
To my grave, loving you.
Sounds like Carl Perkins.
Carl Perkins. No.
Statler Brothers.
Statler Brothers. I knew you knew that one. That's from
My mama
That's
knew.
from mine and your mom.
Yeah.
Statler Brothers. Mom, I played that for you, Statler Brothers.
Statler Brothers.
And I'll go to my grave loving you.
Hey,
Man,
did
I
I
used to hear that at my house growing up.
Hey, I
Woo!
haven't seen on the script, but I hear your sister might be a grandmother.
Well, she will be.
She will be.
She will be. My sister Sherry,
Yeah.
who was recently shown on this show with Coach Hugh Freeze at the Waffle House, is her oldest son, Austin, is expecting a little boy.
That's congratulations. Can I call her Granny now?
Well, I'm going to call her Grandma,
Grandma.
but she wants to be called Shishi. You know,
Shishi?
Sherry, Shishi.
Shishi.
Look, Shishi.
Oh,
I ain't
boy.
getting into all that, but yes, Austin Shiver, Paul and Sherry's oldest boy, is expecting the first child. So Sherry and Paul will be Grandpa and Grandma.
Congratulations, Granny.
She gonna see this now. She gonna be texting you. But
Okay. What about Facebook?
Facebook
We always
funny.
do
Let's
that.
go, Nate. The Amish Powerball is up to 4 dozen eggs. Man, eggs are out the roof,
Oh, my
man.
goodness, that's
What are we gonna
good,
do?
man.
You know, there are some things you just never think of, like Mount Rushmore on the Canadian side. That's the back.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's a good one.
Kids exploring ancient ruins. She's taking a picture of a phone booth.
Phone booth.
Unbelievable. Look at that old phone booth hanging down.
Hanging down. I remember that, man.
They don't know what to do, man. That's
Heck no,
fun.
man.
Are there any phone booths left? Have you seen one? It used to be the old red one at Troy's campus, the old London phone booth. I wonder if that's
Do
still
you
on.
know there is one phone left in our building? You know, when I went and saw you.
At the administrative office?
Yeah,
course?
when I went and saw you Friday,
Yeah.
when I walked in there, if you walk down that hall, there is a booth that has a payphone.
A payphone.
Yes.
And if you put a dime or a quarter in it, it'll work.
Talk all day.
Unbelievable. I did not know that. I worked there almost 15 years. I didn't know that.
Well, there used to be a bunch of them, but they just kept one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one left. But anyway,
I'll be
speaking of ancient ruins,
What about around town? I mean, there's none. I think they took
I
them
just
all.
don't think they're. There might be one out some old gas stations or something. I don't know.
But functional, you think?
Well, there's still folks that don't have cell phones.
I guess so.
I mean, I used to live off those things. Man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, and you find the old phone book that had that rubber thing on top of it. The pages be all wet and stuff.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right,
Let's go.
Okay, this past Wednesday was National Signing Day, and we had several local athletes sign to play sports on the next level. Let's take a look at what all went around our viewing area, starting right here in Troy.
There you go.
At Charles Henderson. We had 7 players that signed. That's very impressive.
Very impressive.
Linebacker Damian Hart with Miles College. Offensive tackle Connor Jones with Delta State. Wide receivers Stephen Mosley and linebacker Marquavius Scott with Lane College. Offensive guard Philip Scott with Tuskegee. Defensive lineman Todrick Burks with Navy. And athlete Trevion Brown with Jacksonville State. And
Special note on Trevion.
On Trevion, he signed an academic scholarship and has been offered a walk-on spot at Jacksonville State. So
Because there were some questions whether Trevion had actually gotten a scholarship to play football at Jack State. So I texted Coach Hambright, and he straightened me out on that. So, yeah, he was offered a position, a walk-on position. So, yeah, Trevion's going to Jacksonville State. And you're right, well, it's 7 guys coming out of that senior class.
Yeah, that gets a bell ring for Charles Henderson High School. That's
7
impressive.
guys out of that senior class. Those guys played for a state championship at Jordan Hare Stadium in Auburn, and they need scholarship offers. I mean, there's some really good players
talent
in that class right there.
Yeah.
So something to hang your hat on, guys. Nice job right there. And that runner-up trophy looks good right there. Something you talk about the rest of your lives. Skipping over to Zion Chapel, they had 2 players sign with Faulkner University, Wally. Sean Smith and Hayden Walden both signed with Faulkner this last Wednesday, and they'll be moving on up and play at the next level at Faulkner in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Yep.
And William Wright out of Wicksburg High School signed with Columbus State University. That isn't too far from Wicksburg, and I think he's going to do great over there at Columbus, man. I mean,
I've got some information.
what's that?
Chip Wallace just texted me.
What did Chip say?
Chip says there is a phone booth in front of the old Curve Market, Ingram's Curve Market.
You was curved.
Now, he ain't sure if there's a phone actually in there that works, but there's a phone booth. And I think I can see it now. I'm looking. My brain, I'm looking at Ingram's Curve Market, and I think I know what he's talking about. I'll have to ride by there. and look. That kind of stuff interests me, old historical stuff like that. I'll have to ride. Chip, I'm going to ride by and look after the show. I got to know.
Man, I missed the old Curve Market.
I used to love their steaks.
God, they had the best steaks in the world, man.
I'll tell you what.
But
Well, good luck to William Wright over at Columbus State, and I'm sure he'll do big things. I had one of my best friends in high school ended up at Columbus State playing baseball, Rod McWhorter.
Rod
He
sure
liked
did.
it over there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, Cade Renfro from Pike Liberal Arts also signed on Wednesday. And Wally, like Connor Jones from Charles Henderson, he signed to play with Delta State over Mississippi as well. Delta State coming over and poaching 2 Troy boys.
yeah, Troy
To
boy.
go over to Mississippi and play for Delta State.
Man.
Hey, I looked up Delta State's record. They were like 12-2 last year. They're the real deal over there. They got it going on in the Gulf South
Yeah,
Conference.
they're a powerhouse
Yep.
in the Gulf South Conference, man. And skipping over to Crenshaw County, Laverne had 2 football players sign on Wednesday as well.
Yeah, they are. There they are with Coach Rowell.
Yeah, John Taylor signed with University of North Alabama, and Kellen Brooks with Faulkner University.
And side note on Laverne, they have not hired a replacement. This is Coach Rowell that just left for Citronelle, which was his alma mater, his dream to go coach at his alma mater. He didn't just up and leave Laverne. I mean, he went back to his dream job. So Coach Rowell right there, but that's him and his 2 players. And a side note, Laverne has an opening. They hadn't hired anybody yet.
And a double side note, you saw Greenville's head coach left.
I did.
Browning.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. We'll scoot over to Dale County real quick. Dale County High School's Christian Ross signed to play at Memphis University. Hey, that's a big-time scholarship. Memphis is a big-time football program right there, man. He's going to do big things at Memphis. So great job, Christian Ross, moving on to the next level. The great Warrior football player right there, moving to Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, and getting in a car driving down 87 going to Enterprise. They had 3 football players sign on Wednesday. Chris Foster with McPherson College, and Trey Kimmerlin with West Florida, and Mikhail Johnson with Troy University.
Yeah, they and according to Coach Chuck Dunn, Mikhail Foster was kind of a steal for Troy. I mean, he probably could have had offers a little bigger than Troy or more places. So Coach Chuck Dunn is a great friend of the show. Sits in for Wally sometimes. He sits in for me sometimes on the show. Everybody knows him, Troy boy. And coaching down at Enterprise says that Mikael Johnson will be a big asset for Troy University. So that's a good sign for Troy right there.
That's cool.
Getting some local kids right there. And hey, rolling right along with the National Signing Day, Wally. But hey, not football, but Slocum's Gracie Ward signed Wednesday to play softball at South Alabama. So congratulations, Gracie. And going from Slocum down to Mobile.
Heck
Play
yeah.
at South Alabama.
And we'll stay with softball
Yeah.
deal. And back over to Enterprise High School, Taylor Danford signed to play softball at Troy.
How about that? That's a big sign for Troy right there. She's a really good player right there. And some coaching news. You already mentioned it. You stole my thunder a little bit, but this time over in Greenville. Greenville High School's head coach Patrick Browning is leaving after one season, and I might add, a not so successful season by Greenville High School standards. And he has taken the quarterback's coaching position at Alabama State University. So he goes from winning a state championship at 5A at Pike Road, takes the head job at Greenville, wins 2 games, I think, and now he's the quarterback's coach at Alabama State. So a little bit of bouncing around right there for Patrick Browning.
Yeah.
But,
And Zay
so
Carlisle.
Greenville now is looking for a head coach.
Zay Carlisle, running back at Pike County. School took a visit to Faulkner yesterday, and he seemed to have a big day. I'm sure Zay will have many more successful recruiting opportunities in the future. He's very talented running back.
Yeah, he is a talented running back. You know, Darius Carlisle, his daddy, is a City of Troy employee and a good friend of mine, and everybody knows him as D-Lo. And
D-Lo.
Darius, his son, Zay, is a very talented athlete for the Pike County Bulldogs, and you hit the nail on the head, brother. He's gonna have a lot of recruiting trips ahead of him, man. But hey, and there's a new offer on the table over at Charles Henderson, and free safety Mario Davenport got an offer from Madonna University. Wally, have you ever heard of Madonna?
I
University?
never heard of Madonna.
Well, I had not either. So, like me, if you're wondering where Madonna University is, I looked it up. It is up in Michigan. Whew.
Wow.
I can tell you what, Wally, Michigan's a long way from Troy, Alabama. But, hey, kudos to Mario Davenport for getting an offer from Madonna College or Madonna University to play football up in Michigan. Hey, you can go do a year or two at Madonna and transfer to Michigan or Ohio State,
Yeah.
or come back and play for Troy University.
There you go. Well, hey, we're up against our next commercial break, so we're going to take one. Don't turn that dial. We'll be right back.
Hey, Wally, what you got us out here in this field for?
Neil, I finally bought a brand new boat.
A boat, man. Show it to me. Look at that. What?
Got it on
Facebook. Facebook?
Yes, sir.
The USS Alabama?
Yes, I got to get some insurance.
Well, you're going to need to call the Grease Agency. They sell insurance on everything. How you going to get it back to Troy?
You got a trailer, don't you?
I don't got a trailer. I hope you didn't buy any beachfront property in Arizona on Facebook. Call Crease Agency for all your insurance needs.
Look at this, what we got, Sully.
What are you doing, Wally?
Man, Game Warden gave me a ticket, Neil.
Game Warden gave you a ticket. Are you hunting on the right property?
Well, I thought this was my property right here, man.
Do you know where the lines are?
Not really.
Man, you need to contact the PLS group. They do all the land surveying you need. If you're building a house, building property, marking property, you're hunting land so you know where to go. PLS group, 403-4234. Give them a call.
Do I get a get out of jail free card?
No, you don't get a get out of jail free card.
Man, what in the world? You just dang T-bone me right here. What the heck? Playing with fidget spinner?
Wally, did
I'm
you have a
sorry,
wreck?
Mr. Wally.
Man, this girl right here is playing with this fidget spinner, texting on the phone and T-bone me right here in the parking lot. I was about to go pay my speeding ticket.
Right here at the police station?
Yeah.
Well, luckily at the police station, we can just call All-Star Collision, 808-8822. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. Can I have the fidget spinner back?
Yeah, you can
Please,
have it.
Mr. Wally.
All
Thank
she's
you.
worried about is a fidget spinner. Call All-Star Collision for all your accidents, 808-8822.
You gained donuts?
Oh man, what a nice day with the windows down. Yeah, cruising right along, man. Just running around Troy. Hey man, what's that smell? What do you mean? That's Hook's Barbecue, man.
Oh,
Don't
that's
smell it?
Hook?
Hooks?
Oh, I'm going to Hooks, brother.
Oh my God, hold on! Good Lord, what in the world? Hooks, baby. Good Lord, help us all. He about killed us. Good gracious.
Yo, call Jason Jones.
What is it?
Out of oxygen, man.
Oxygen. You got your snorkeling device right there. What do you mean you're out of oxygen?
Oh, all this is to show people where you are, man.
What's that? Why do you can breathe through that?
I need to call Jason.
Unbelievable. Jason, can you bring some oxygen from Jones Medical Supply down to St. Andrews State Park at the Jetties? Wally needs some oxygen. Call Jason Jones for all your oxygen needs. We're out here at this lovely pond with the Alabama Real Estate Connection crew. They can hook you up all types of land, recreational sports, ponds, and everything. We're fishing to catch us a big old brim.
I got one, Wally.
But then what if you want something other than just a fishing pond?
Well, if you're looking for hunting land, the Alabama Real Estate Connection will help you with all your hunting land needs too. Here are the agents right here. They'll hook you up with your hunting land.
Call us.
Make sure you contact the Alabama Real Estate Connection for all your real estate needs. Look at these fine agents right here. All your real estate needs. They can find anything for you, maybe even a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Hey, what's going on today?
Mr. Neal, do you know this guy? He comes here every day for breakfast and lunch.
This guy over here?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I do know him.
Man, look at the size of this chicken right here, man.
Oh my God, Wally, how many days in a row have you eaten here?
Every day, brother.
Come out to the Pig Cafe Monday through Friday, breakfast and lunch. The biggest cat head biscuits for breakfast and the crispiest fried chicken for lunch. Come out to the Pig Cafe. George Jones.
George Jones.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Close. They were first cousins.
Oh,
That was Mickey
Mickey
Gilley.
Gilley.
What movie? Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah. I just didn't
Oh
remember.
my goodness. Well, hey,
I'm
look,
gonna get kudos where kudos are deserved. That was a good song. With you could hear what was going on. You could tell who it was. The music was clear. It wasn't a live rendition or a movie clip. I mean, yep, that was
Movie
good. Yep. Golf clap for Wally. Good music right there,
unbelievable.
man.
All right. Speaking of golf clap,
Yeah.
it's not a signing or an offer, but a great accomplishment.
Okay.
Lakin Harrell and Tanya Singleton of Crenshaw Academy and Lou Verne were both named to the AISA Ladies Basketball All-Star Team. Congratulations to both those girls.
And I read that both of those girls had just a stellar year for the Cougars in basketball. So congratulations to those two for sure. And not a signing, not an offer, not an all-star selection, but it was neat to see former Pike Liberal Arts great Drew Nelson signing autographs yesterday at the Auburn Tigers Baseball Fan Day. Man, Drew's lining himself up for a stellar career at Auburn, and I missed my prediction for his junior and senior year at Pike Liberal Arts. While, if you'll remember, I sat right here in this chair and predicted that he would never go to Auburn, that he would be drafted by the pros, and I missed on that. So I'm gonna rehash and now say he'll play just a year or two at Auburn and then get drafted. Early.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's too good, man. He's too
Yeah,
good.
he's a great athlete.
Yeah.
All right. What about some high school basketball scores?
Yeah, let's
Throw
move
them up there, Nate.
Let's move right on into some high school basketball scores right here. Dothan 83, Cottonwood 38, Headland 64, Daleville 30. Woo-wee, Daleville got smoked in that one.
Man.
Dale County 67, Northside 52, GW Long 46, Northside 43, Ashford 71, Cottonwood 58, Dothan 79, Geneva 38. Woo! But Dothan's a 7A school. They're pretty good. Providence 66 and Wicksburg 37.
Hey, look at Enterprise 76 for Hope of 30th. Jeez.
Woo!
Geneva 59. Geneva,
Enterprise is the defending state champ.
Yep. Yeah, they are. Geneva 59, Geneva County 57, Houston County 39, Emmanuel Christian 33.
You reckon there was anybody cheering at that Geneva County game? A
Doubt.
2-point juggernauter game?
Doubt. Probably nobody was there. Geneva 58, Slocum 53, Kinston 65, Sampson 29, Houston Academy 67, GW Long 36, Dale County 65, Geneva County 64.
Man, Geneva County played two close games.
Yeah, they did.
This past week, Dale County and Geneva. And hey, let's call some of these kids' names and tell some people how they did.
Yeah, let's throw them in there.
Zion Chapel beats Wicksburg 58-53 this past week. For Zion Chapel, Jacob Chestnut poured in 28 points, highlighted by 6 3-pointers,
and Slade Grantham had 12 points. I'm going to tell you what, Wally, these two down in Zion Chapel, Chestnut and Grantham, they've been quite the duo. I mean, every time we called out Zion Chapel, them two guys just filled it up. Talking about Chestnut and Grantham. Yeah.
New Brockton beat Sampson 58-47. For New Brockton, Balin Foster had 16 points, while Isaiah Russo had 14 points and 8 rebounds, and Anthony Seiler had 10 points and 8 rebounds. Matthew Smith added 9 points and had a team high 12 rebounds.
Yeah, that was a big win for the Gamecocks, New Brockton Gamecocks right there, Wally. And right over in Crenshaw County, Brantley wins the Cross County rivalry with Laverne. You reckon there's anybody cheering at that game?
Probably not anybody there.
Brantley beats Laverne 50-37. For the 21-3 Brantley Bulldogs, did y'all hear that? 21-3. They've only lost 3 games, and they were to higher classification teams. Brantley. The 21-3 Brantley Bulldogs, Jaden Parks had 13 points. Remember, he was the one that caught all the passes for the football team. Robert Shine, your favorite name.
Love that Shine.
11 points and 8 rebounds. And Keldrick Brown, 10 points and 12 rebounds. Wally Brantley also beat Strawn this past week, 61-54. And in the Strawn game, Jaden Parks, he didn't let up much. He had 23 points, and Jaden Parks had 15 on 5 3-pointers. Parks was filling it up that game.
Well, the 5A 10th ranked 23-6 Carroll Eagles topped Barber County this past week, 80-51. That's always a big rival.
Yeah.
And for Carroll, Dakota McLeod and Peyton Plott both had 21 points. Xavier Womack, 19, and Lakeith Pearson, 11 points.
Yeah, you know, I kind of feel sorry for Carroll because they've got a really good team, and they've been ranked in the top 10 all year, Wally. They got a great record, and they're 23-6, and 2 of their 6 losses are to Charleston in their area. I mean, they finally have a really good team down at Carroll, and Charles Henderson's just loaded. So
yeah.
A little bit of bad luck right there, Carroll. Y'all do it again next year. But, hey, in a huge win, and I'm even going to call it a big old upset because it is. Listen to this. Daleville topped number 9 ranked Abbeville 56-52. For Daleville to lead the upset, Moses McDowell had 22 points, Isaiah Testerman had 10, and Isaiah McKenzie had 9. That was a big win for Daleville right there.
Heck yeah, it was.
Daleville has not won many basketball games this year, Wally.
Yeah, and let's go down to Enterprise again. Defending 7A state champs got the best of Prattville this past week, 51-43. Tucker Wadsworth had 13 points, Eric Winters 12, and Keon Dunlap 10 to lead Enterprise. Enterprise also took out Eufaula last week, 62-41, and against Eufaula, Tucker Wadsworth, he had 7 3-pointers.
How many?
7. And he finished up with 21 points.
So he didn't have a 2-point bucket.
No, he didn't. Led the Wildcats win. Eric Winters, he had 10 points, and Mikayla Reed had 8 points.
Speaking of Enterprise, Wally, you opened that statement by saying they were the defending 7A state champs. Mm-hmm. A couple of weeks ago, you sat right here, maybe about 3 weeks ago, you sat right here and said, dang, Enterprise sure is losing a bunch of basketball games. They won the state championship last year. And I said, well, maybe they're about to get hot. The last 3 weeks, we have sat up here and talked about how many ball games Enterprise has won. So just maybe we called it. Maybe Enterprise has peaked in 7A basketball at the right time. We're about to move into area tournament play. The season's coming to an end, but just maybe the defending 7A state champs, the Enterprise Wildcats, have peaked and got everything the way they wanted and got their shooters hot right here at the end. Yeah. Just maybe. Charles Henderson took care of an old rival this past week, Wally. They rode down to Andalusia and won 68-61. For Charles Henderson, Jaden Spearman had 20 points. Austin Cross had 17, including 5 3-pointers from Austin Cross to lead Charles Henderson. Jawan Boyd and Tyler Carlton both had 10 points each. Charles Henderson is now up to 5th in the 5A rankings, moved up from 7th. So nice job by Charles Henderson moving up in the rankings right there in 5A. And they also beat Carver this past week out of Montgomery.
Heck yeah. Elba got the best of Zion Chapel, 73-65. For Elba, the football star Alvin Henderson had 18 points. J.T. Coleman 13, and both Braden Johnson and Caden Atkins had 12 points apiece. For Zion Chapel, Jacob Chestnut had 29.
There's that guy again.
Slade Grantham 16.
There's that guy again.
Man, they just all over.
Do them guys come out of the game?
I don't think they do.
Nate, does Chestnut and Grantham even come out of the game? Them guys are just tearing it up down there.
If we're up by 30, they might take a breather, but
Dale County beats Ayrton 49-46 in a close 3-point game. Junior Smith had 18 points and 22 rebounds for Dale County. Nick McCarter added 11 more points for Dale County. For Ayrton, Lawson Leaguer had 18 points. Aiden Garris followed with 11 and Landon Tyler with 10. Dale County also beat Rehoboth this past week 58-53. In the Rehoboth game, Nick McCarter had 25 points and 6 rebounds, and Junior Smith had a double-double with 14 points and 13 rebounds. You know, every now and then, those Dale County and those Delville kids, I want to give them a pizza. They're pizza worthy, but they're just too far away from Troy to drive up to Marco's to get their pizza. But I wanted to recognize those Dale County kids' names. Some of those kids are really playing well.
Man, we got to get a sponsorship down there, some type of thing down there.
Something to give down there, yeah, down in those.
Yeah, well, Carroll High also beat Highland Home 67-50 this week. For Carroll, Xavier Woback had 18 points, Dakota McLeod 15, and Lakeith Pearson and Peyton Plott 13.
Yeah, Laverne doubled up Pike Liberal Arts last week, 52-25. The only stat we got out of that game was Levin DeBoyer had 12 points for Pike Liberal Arts.
Yeah, and Goshen beats Sampson 45-26. KJ Bristow, he had 23 points, led the Eagles to the win. J.D. Burney and added 8 points, and Zamika Andrews had 7. KJ with 23 points, and with that win over Sampson, brother, let me tell you, 23 points.
Oh,
Marco's Pizza of the Week, baby.
that Goshen Eagle.
You are our Marco's Pizza Player of the Week, man.
There he is.
Just tearing it up, 23 points, man.
Good job, KJ. Hey, we're up against our next break. Stay with us. We're going to hit some college basketball. We'll be right back.
What in the world, man? I come over to check on things. What are you doing trying to beat that bush up?
Neil, my trimmer battery went dead, so I had to get this bat and try to trim this up.
You're not going to be able to knock it out with a bat. You got to call professional bush trimmers like Blake Turner with Turner Mowing. 465-0600. Call Blake Turner. You're going to fall off that ladder, man. Just quit right now and let's call Blake Turner. Hey, call Blake Turner, 465-0600 for all your yard needs. Why in the world? Why are you measuring this gigantic air conditioner out here at this warehouse?
Neil, I'm putting a brand new unit in my house, man.
You cannot put an air conditioning unit this big at a residential house. You need to call Terry Moats with A1 Services. He'll get the square footage of your house, put you in an air conditioner, a heating unit, everything you need. Call Terry Moats at A1 Services. You don't need a unit that gargantuan. Call Terry Moats at A1 Services, 566-4220. Man, what's that noise? What are you doing with that air conditioner heating unit?
Neil, my air conditioner went out last night, and I'll tell you what, I watch YouTube, and I know how to do all this stuff now.
Look, Wally, this could be really dangerous, man. You need to call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling, 268-0917. Licensed, insured, and bonded. You need to call Matt Johnson, Wally.
Hey, Neil, what does this red thing do?
Don't pull on the red wire. That could be dangerous, man. What'd you do? Don't pull on that red wire. Good gravy. Now you've done it. Call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling. Wally, what are you doing with that hoe?
Neil, with inflation and the price of groceries, I decided to build my own garden, brother.
Wait a minute. Number one, this ain't even your property. This is Mr. James Sparrow's property. You live across the street. And second, the HOA rules you can't have a garden. Prices are not that bad at the Piggly Wiggly. Come on, let me show you. Come on with me. Now look, greens, peaches, collards, look over here. Apples, fruit, veggies, all here at Piggly Wiggly in Troy. And also the best meat selection in Troy, right here at Piggly Wiggly's, 2 locations in Troy, Alabama. And also the most important thing, you're shopping local. Come see them at the Piggly Wiggly's in Troy, Alabama.
You know this guy?
Yeah, I know. Wally, what are you doing, man? What in the world?
Nice Bronco.
Why are you hugging the Bronco at Bill Jackson Ford?
Because I want a Bronco, brother.
Are you going to buy it?
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez. Well, you can't just be out here hugging vehicles. You got to talk to the salespeople. What are you doing?
Kicking the tire. You know they say you got to kick the tire before you buy a new one.
You guys kick the tires. Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama. Also, Bill Jackson Chevrolet across the street. Hey, they got new vehicles on the lot. Come see them. Man, I'm up here at Southern Grill and Patio. Look at all these big green eggs, all these accessories, man. It's all you want with the big green eggs. Wally, Neil, look at the size of this big old green egg here, man. Look at this thing. Man, that's a big old green egg. You can't get a green egg that big unless you're a platinum green egg dealer like they are at Southern Grill and Patio. Check out this new store up here on Grundy Street, right next to Troy Cable, along with Town and Country. Come visit the new store, the new layout. Look at all these big green egg accessories over here. Come see them at the new location on Grundy Street. Get you a big green egg, because I'm going to get me one.
Oh, that's Olivia Newton-John.
That's a man singing.
That's a man singing?
Yeah. I had to get my one-hit wonder in. You ready?
Who the heck is that?
Leo Sayer. One-hit wonder, man. You know I got to get one in per show.
Never heard of him before.
Well, he was truly a one-hit wonder. Hey, number one, Purdue goes down to Indiana, 79-74. Upset Saturday, I'm telling you. Number 8, Kansas falls to Iowa State, 68-53. Number 12, Gonzaga falls to St. Mary's, 78-70. Number 6, Virginia falls to Virginia Tech, 74-68. And what was a wild weekend, a wild Saturday in NCAA basketball, man. I don't even know who I can't tell you who's going to be in and who's going to be out. I mean, picking these games for our NCAA bracket contest is just going to be crazy, man. Wally, anybody can beat anybody this year.
Exactly.
I mean,
I'll tell you how crazy it is. North Carolina Duke played yesterday, and neither team was ranked in the top 25. I mean, I don't think that's ever happened.
My gosh.
In the history. And Kentucky isn't even ranked in the top 25 for sure.
So Duke and North Carolina play each other and not ranked in the top 25, and Kentucky's not even ranked.
Not even
What
ranked.
a crazy –
I
I'm
know
telling
Kentucky
you.
played Florida last night.
I mean, that is just nuts, man.
Crazy, man.
I mean, that's a crazy year.
When's
right there.
when's the tournament's going to start?
In March. It'll be like March 9th or 10th.
Okay, so we still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still got about 3.5 weeks, probably, until that right there. Hey, we kind of got backed up tonight. We need to go ahead and get our last break out of the way. We're going to come back and talk about Auburn basketball, Alabama basketball, and Troy. Stay with us. This is our last break of the night. Hang on, folks.
Breaker 19, breaker 19. I got cleared for a takeoff in Troy.
Whoa, Mr. Neal. Mr. Neal, what is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing. Wally, you don't have a pilot's license. I've already told you. I'm sorry, ma'am. Look, you got a CDL license. You need to call Tyler Transport at 566-7474. They're hiring every day. Those beautiful 18-wheeler rigs got those glide packages. Call Tyler Transportation if you need a job driving.
Here I come,
Get out of
Daddy.
here. Good gravy. Hey, what are you doing, man? What in the world? What's happening? Unbelievable. Back up. Back up. Put it in reverse. Put it in reverse.
I need a mechanic.
Unbelievable. What have you done in there that caused all that smoke?
I watched a YouTube video.
Unbelievable. You got to take the thing to Road Mart where they know how to fix vehicles, a mechanic. Take the vehicle to Road Mart on 231 North. Don't be like Terry. I'm at Wally. 566-3413. Road Mart, 231 North in Troy. It's so good to be back at Preston's. I'm so hungry. I'm hungry too. You ready? What are you doing?
Kelly Tater.
What are you doing? Wally, that's somebody's food.
What kind of nut are you?
I'm so sorry. He gets in a trance when we come to Preston's. I apologize. He is a nut job. Hey, snap out of it, man. Oh, that's not yours.
Oh, we're Preston's on.
Come out to Preston's and get your own Kaylee Tater.
Hey, Neil, how are you today?
I'm good. I want some of these chicken nuggets. Well, I want them down here at Crow's and Brundage. Wally, what are you doing in the kitchen at Crow's and Brundage?
Oh, man, I'm trying to steal the secret sauce recipe.
And they're not going to give you the secret sauce recipe. Put that sauce back. Patsy, now he's got the salt. Unbelievable. Come see them at Crow's and Brundage. Hey, they got fried okra, catfish on Friday nights, wings, honey barbecue wings, any kind of wings, and the best chicken nuggets in the world. Come see them. Crow's and Brundage. Thank you.
Well, hey there, Mr. Wally. How you doing?
Doing well.
Good. How'd you get in here?
I better not tell you.
They don't even open till 4.
Well, I'm waiting to hear Mr. Lenny Traver play, and I'm going to give him one of these bad boy steaks that they won an award for.
Best steak in the state. Also, Best Catfish Awards a couple years in a row. Hey, my personal favorite is the fried shrimp and the cheese grits. Also, not mentioning the cheese biscuits that come out before the meal. You're going to love that.
I know.
And a little live music, like you said, Mr. Lenny Trailer, you can't beat it down at the Old Barn in Goshen, Alabama. Come see them.
Come see us.
That hurts. Oh!
What's wrong now?
Is that a rattlesnake? Rattlesnake done bit me.
Unbelievable. Well, why are you at Southern Animal Hospital with Dr. Steve Bear?
Dr. Bear told me he had some anti-venom for
Oh,
me.
my goodness. Now, he does have a vaccine for dogs to help protect from venomous snake bites. He also has antivenom to help protect animals from snake bites, but not for humans. Goodness gracious. We got to go to the ER.
John Waite. I love him, man.
John Waite,
Yeah. That's John Waite.
Mr. Mistress. I'm not gonna let it play the whole 30 seconds because we're running short on time. Mr. Mister, spelled M-R, period, M-I-S-T-E-R. Mr. Mister.
Somebody sat around the table and said,
Somebody thought that.
who
yeah.
we going to go?
Troy Trojans 14-11 overall this year. They split their games this past week. They lost to Southern Miss at home 65-74, but then they beat Texas State yesterday 68-64. The Trojans are looking to finish Sun Belt Conference strong. They got South Alabama here in Troy on Thursday night, and then home again against the Louisiana Raging Cajuns next Saturday. Trojans need to win both of those games.
They do. Alabama basketball rebounded big time this week from the loss to Oklahoma a week and a half ago. Of course, they're now 20-3 overall. They crushed Vanderbilt up in Nashville earlier this week, 93-69, and they went down to Baton Rouge and beat the Tigers 79-69 to pick up 2 of their wins this week. Tide will host Florida this Wednesday at 8 in Tuscaloosa. That game will be on ESPN2. Then next Saturday, they travel up to Auburn to take on the Auburn Tigers and Iron Bowl on the hardwood. That game is 1 o'clock on ESPN.
Prime time, baby. 1 o'clock ESPN on Saturday. The Iron Bowl on the hardwood right there.
Yes, sir.
Who you got in that one? Alabama should win.
Killing everybody.
Auburn's up and down, man. They're up and down.
I saw them play yesterday against Tennessee. It was
Tennessee's ranked number 2 in the nation now. Auburn played them pretty good.
yeah.
Auburn's 17-6 on the year. They're not shabby either, and they're trying to rebound from 2 consecutive losses a week ago. They kind of got back on track by beating Georgia 94-73 in Auburn, but then they fell to number 2 ranked Tennessee, just like Wally just said yesterday, up in Tennessee, 46-43 in a defensive struggle. Of course, Tennessee's got the best defense in the nation, so you knew they weren't going to score many. Auburn is back in action this Tuesday down in College Station. They take on Texas A&M Aggies before returning home Saturday for the showdown that Wally just talked about. Play Alabama next Saturday, 1 o'clock ESPN, prime time basketball.
Heck yeah, and let's add a Kentucky update this week since they
Yeah.
are doing much better. Kentucky is 16-7 overall. They have won back-to-back games since falling to Kansas in the big SEC Big 12 Challenge.
Yep.
They beat Ole Miss in Florida this past week. Big Blue hosts Arkansas Tuesday, and then they're on the road to Georgia this next Saturday. That game will be on ESPN at noon.
Yeah, let's
brother.
talk about that, Wally. So you got Auburn, who's up and down. You got Texas A&M, who is much improved from last year. Tennessee and Alabama and Kentucky. Those are your 5 Hoss Daddy teams in the SEC. Auburn, I can't hang my hat on them because they play really good and then they're just wishy-washy. But I'm going to tell you what, don't count Kentucky out because they got off to a struggling start. Don't count them out. Tennessee and Alabama are the real deal. Kentucky could be. The SEC could finish strong right here. I'm telling you, don't count Kentucky out. Calipari is starting to put that thing together a little bit, Wally. He's starting to put it together.
We're on a crap sheet real quick. Where would Tennessee fall in the bracket?
They'd be a 1 seed right now.
Are you kidding? No, I'm sorry, Kentucky. Would they be like
Oh,
5 or
Yes,
6 seed?
yes, yeah, 5, 6.
Which that probably is a good, spot, for the tournament.
Hey, we're about 20 days away from spring training pitchers report, and I know James is ready for those Dodgers to report. But hey, Tennessee is looking good. I'm telling you, those 5 teams from the SEC could cause some damage in the tournament. Watch those 5.
A Beat Wally contest this week. We haven't had one in a long time.
Area
basketball,
tournament.
baby.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We love all y'all. See you next Sunday night. Keep it cool.
See you.